The Business Instructional Facility, or BIF for short, houses the University of Illinois College of Business. Today on UI7, we're taking a look at some of BIF's green features and how they could save the university some green in the future. Groundbreaking for BIF began in April of 2006. During the construction, the College of Business purchased carbon credits. And after months of labor, it finally opened in fall of 2008 to much fanfare. BIF is the first sustainable building on the U of I campus. For a building to be considered sustainable, it needs to be environmentally friendly and, in the long run, cost less to run heating, air conditioning, water, electricity, etc.
We want to incorporate sustainability into the business curriculum, and so things like professional responsibility, ethics, those are all very important aspects to the curriculum. So bringing that into the thought process of, okay, we're going to have a new building. The other factor was Cesar Pelli, who is the architect, he's also an Illinois alum, was the main designer on the building, and they pushed very hard to have this building be LEED certified. When you walk into the building, some of the more green aspects are not very obvious, so just trying to educate people about the HVAC system, which you can't really see, but it's state-of-the-art, and everyone that we've talked to has said that that's probably the most impressive aspect of this building. If you look at the floor of the atrium, you'll see that it looks kind of like a parquet floor, and individual pieces of wood, and they're not giant sections of wood. Each individual piece had to be manually installed, and part of the LEED process is there has to be sort of a chain of command for that piece of wood, so it has to be tracked from the forest to the mill, to the contractor, to the floor. And so all along the way it's been tracked, and we know exactly where that wood came from.
But the College of Business didn't just monitor where its flooring came from. Materials used in the overall construction of BIF include 29% recycled material, 78% local or regional material, and 59% of the material is actually harvested around central Illinois. The auditorium in BIF is surrounded with sound-absorbing wood panels and features state-of-the-art technology. But what's really cool is what's happening above. A great portion of the electricity in BIF comes from solar panels located atop the roof of the auditorium. And back in the atrium, students can monitor the amount of energy converted from the panels.
We have a real-time display of the electricity that's being generated by the solar panels. So on a daily basis, you can see the total output. As we move into winter, we're probably not going to be generating much electricity, but during the summer months, this is kind of peaks out.
So sometimes when I go off the elevator and I see these solar panels, it's just an amazing thought to think that, well, I'm in a building that's so big, but it's also environmentally friendly. To know that the building can sustain so many people and so many things, but not really pose a big threat to the environment is also a great thing.
And the solar panels aren't the only things that make the roof unique.
The way the roof was designed was for natural, native plants to be planted on here, and it helps with insulation and also with water runoff. There's also actually a student project out here. You can see some of the equipment. Students from around campus are monitoring how the roof is performing.
It seems like just about everything in this high-tech facility runs automatically. During the day, automatic blinds descend in the atrium, keeping the room comfortably cool. And throughout the building, automatic light dimmers detect sunlight coming in from outside and adjust lighting levels accordingly.
Natural light was just a huge priority for the architects. They wanted to get as much natural light inside the building as possible.
Rooms are also equipped with motion control lighting. Once you enter, the lights turn on. These actions may seem minor, but they reduce energy consumption, and that, in the long run, means savings for the university.
We're going to be saving hundreds of thousands of dollars in energy costs every year just because of some of the sustainable features that have been built into the design.
Before BIF was constructed, this land was just a parking lot. Today, the courtyard outside is filled with natural planting and minimal concrete.
There's much less runoff with this facility here as opposed to a parking lot, which is another feature that the lead organization will look at to see sort of the impact of a building on the space that it occupies.
Even though BIF may have some pretty cool sustainable features, above all, it's a student center.
I think the students love it. You know, you can look at the atrium at any time during the day and it's full of students collaborating, and that was really kind of the main purpose. So it's great to see the student activity here. And if you'll notice that there are not a lot of administrative offices in this building, it's very student-centric, so as much as possible it's been kept with student services in mind.
Before the BIF, we used to walk between different buildings to get to our classes, and now most of our, if not all of our business classes are in one particular building, so it saves us time. The market lab is one of the greatest things ever. They actually take students and they train them in these certain financial aspects of financial softwares, and that students like myself can actually go in and get trained by these students that have learned these softwares, so therefore I can go out in my potential job or a future job and actually implement or use the softwares that I've learned here.
The lockers in this facility are for students and students only. What we found is one interesting thing is that students will actually keep their suits here. They don't have to run home in the middle of the day if they find out that a certain employer has an interview slot available.
The BIF, I think, is a grand instructional facility where all students, I think across the university, not only in the College of Business, can learn in one simple building.
This looks nothing like anything else on campus right here, and it's just a beautiful facility, and they wanted to blend in with the rest of campus, but also be a landmark at the same time, and I think they've done a really good job.